Good morning, everyone. I'm Kathy Leone, and these are some of the stories coming today to Herald-Tribune.com. Sarasota County's legislative delegation will discuss the 2018 legislative session today at a Sarasota Tiger Bay forum. Political editor Zach Anderson will be covering that. Later tonight, we'll have a recap of how Lakewood Ranch native and St. Stephen's Episcopal School graduate Hannah Sage fares on tonight's Jeopardy! College Championship Finals. Reporter Jimmy Gertz interviewed Steve Guttenberg, star of Cocoon and Police Academy, who's most recently appeared as a villain alongside The Rock in HBO's Ballers. He comes to the Sarasota Film Festival to receive a Career Achievement Award and participate in the festival's very popular In Conversation with series, and that's on Saturday. Suncoast Barbecue and Bluegrass Bash kicks off with its Meet the Champions event today. It'll feature challenge youth in the Cooking with Kids competition, which starts at 6 p.m. tonight. Tom Becknell has a story about a new Ringling Museum exhibit that focuses on Miles White, the young costume designer who reimagined the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus in the 1940s. Manatee Sheriff Rick Wells and School District of Manatee County Deputy Superintendent for Operations will speak at Tiger Bay today about challenges keeping schools safe. Reporter Ryan McKinnon will have that story. Dale White is covering a presentation by Bradenton Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, and Katie Conway of Visit Pittsburgh about efforts to promote Manatee County as a cultural destination. Nicole Rodriguez will be reporting a story about the Lido Beach redevelopment officials who went before the Development Review Board yesterday, and they want the board's approval to renovate existing structures and the pool area. And she is here to talk about her story now. And good morning. Thanks so much for joining me.
Good morning, Kathy. Thanks for having me.
All right, so where do we stand with this whole situation? I know the group has the lease. So what is going on now?
Basically, they are asking to have approval for the renovations and upgrades. And that includes cabanas by the pool, a splash pad by the pool, a tiki bar, and also 40 more seats to the existing 160-seat restaurant.
Okay, so then a 200-seat restaurant. So there's been some opposition in the neighborhood, and what's that really stemming from?
Right. Last year when the city approved the lease with the private owners, residents spoke out against the move, saying that it would attract a rowdy crowd and more traffic to the already gridlocked area.
Right, and also maybe not fit in, they think, with that. I think I had heard that they don't feel that it fits in with the area as well, sort of.
That's right. They don't want it to destroy the character of Lido Beach.
Okay, so say this does move forward, because the lease moved forward, and say this does move forward, what's the next step after this? Can they move forward with their plans, and when would that start?
Basically, the applicants have to go again before the review committee.
Okay.
They have a lot of questions to answer from the committee from yesterday's meeting. That will likely happen this summer.
Okay.
And then the next step after that would be taking the application before the planning commission, which would either give the final approval or reject the project.
Okay, so is this sort of prior plans? I had thought that they were sort of on their time frame. They kind of wanted to start breaking ground and making some moves this summer. So is that sort of postponed everything?
It looks like that would delay the project a bit.
Okay. All right. So then as far as the owners, I don't know if you had a chance to talk, or the development group, have you had a chance to talk to them at all and how they feel about how this process is going, if they feel that it's too slow, or how are they thinking?
I have not spoke to them yet. I have calls out to them and the architect in charge of the project, but I do know that they had proposed a mini golf facility on the grounds, but residents fiercely opposed that and they scratched it.
Okay. All right. So I'm sure all that will be in your article today. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Kathy.
And don't forget, you'll find these stories and more throughout the day at Herald-Tribune.com.